Well, I'd like to know where you are planning on watching the Great Satterfield Bowl. Of course, I'm talking about the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, Saturday, December 17th, to kick off a good day of football, 11 a.m. on ESPN. It's being played from Fenway Park in Boston. And Garrett, this is actually the first time that they will have ever played this game. It's been canceled the previous 2 years, weather, COVID, opt-outs. What do we think is going to happen with a juicy storyline here? One head coach leaving for the enemy ranks on actually the same side of the football field.
Yeah, no, that was the first thing I was going to mention is because of the fact that it's getting played on a baseball field and a weird shaped baseball field at that. Fenway is known for being kind of a strange shaped field. And because of it being so historic, you can't necessarily move seats the way you would in a modern stadium. Um, they're both going to be playing on the same sidelines. So if you're looking for like matchups to watch, I might be looking for guys around the 50-yard line, anybody who might be in like, trash talk territory to kind of go
Sure.
back and forth with it. But I mean, look, storylines galore in this one, right? Scott Satterfield starts the year with Louisville, loads of expectations, and just crash and burn, right? Just nothing went well for them this year. I certainly didn't like Louisville at any point this season.
Yep.
Never thought they were going to amount to very much. Go back and check the archives on that one. But then, yeah, throw in the fact, Jeff Brom, he's coming in, a lean recruiting class. Louisville, they could use some of this positive momentum towards the end of the season, right? It's been a little bit of a rough year, a little bit of a tough scene for Satterfield to walk out as well. They could use this to kind of boost the morale and hopefully boost where this program is and sort of the perception around the program going into the offseason. Meanwhile, Cincinnati, they're bringing in Satterfield. This is huge. They're getting their guy after Luke Fickell walks out the door, and they're getting to kind of, I think, make a good sort of lateral move so that they can keep the program where it was when it made the playoff and as it's jumping into the Big 12. So, definitely some storylines around that. Cincinnati does have several players opting out or opting for the transfer portal, rather. While Louisville, at the same time, Malik Cunningham, their quarterback, he's declaring for the draft. So they're going to be without almost their entire offense in Malik Cunningham. Look, lots of changing, lots of pieces moving for this. I don't know that you can, predict this one with too much certainty just because I'm not sure what's going to happen. But what I do know is this is going to be a really fun one to watch. And so I'm all in for this one. And like you were saying, it's going to be fun to finally get this one in after a couple of cancellations, to finally get to play this one and see this one on Fenway. I'm excited.
Yeah, true Boston Tea Party situation up north. It's going to be, I think, a battle of whichever offense can produce just enough. We break this down in our preview, which you can find on our Twitter account at 3TechPod. Cincinnati wins if, Louisville wins if. For Cincinnati, their defense has to show up. It truly is as simple as that. Their defense has always kept them in games this season, even when that offense has been a little dormant. So you look at their regular season record, 9-3. The Bearcats lost all three of those games in one-score affairs by a total of 14 points. Now, Louisville's offense has been anything but reassuring, especially when Cunningham is not under center. So I think if Cincinnati can show up, they can play physical defense. They've got Ivan Pace Jr. coming back. He's their sack leader for this season. As of right now, he's playing in this bowl game. I think an overly physical Cincinnati defense overwhelms a Louisville offense that, frankly, is just searching for answers.
No, and you're absolutely right about that. Without Malik at quarterback one, where are they going? I don't know what they're exactly doing. That's running back Tyne Evans. He's out as well. But if they can find a way to run the ball for Louisville, I think they're going to have success, right? Cincinnati just not very good defending the run. And so if they can find a way to get some push up front, find a way to get that offensive line to get those wheels churning, maybe find a way to get a couple different guys, I'm thinking maybe a Jawar Jordan, somebody like that to kind of, contribute down the line. I do think they'll find a way to have some success running the football. And if they can have enough sustained success on some, I think maybe longer drives, I would look for a guy like a Yasir Abdullah and a team with a chip on their shoulder to go beat that coach that just walked out the door. And
Sure.
I think a lot of hurt feelings in that locker room. I would expect a team like that to come back and play with a lot of motivation. And a lot of times these teams with the motivation are the ones who win these bowl games.
I think this is going to be a really low scoring affair.
Agreed.
Ultimately, I don't see where either team gets a lot of offense. It's up north. It's going to be cold, morning kick. I don't really know if anyone's going to want to be there. So I think I'll take Cincinnati to win this, call it 23-10. Obviously, Satterfield's not going to be coaching in this. Neither is Jeff Brom, who's now taking over at Louisville, coming home. But I think Cincinnati's defense much more reliable, at least with the pieces that they have still there. I think they'll beat Louisville, but at the same time, if you're a fan of doing these confidence picks, you know chaos is always lurking around the corner. You know, I may predict a low-scoring Cincinnati win, and Louisville wins in a shootout.
It sure could happen. I do think it will be low-scoring, though. I mean, like we both said, not a lot going on offense for either of these teams, not the guys they came into the year with. I'm going to go ahead and take Louisville in this one. I'm going to split with you, but I think it's going to be even worse. Give me 17-7. I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this one at all, and I just think it's going to come down to, you know, a lot of 3-and-outs, a lot of sacks to get guys off the field, and you know, for all that there's wrong on the offensive side, there's actually some pretty good pass rush on both sides.
Yeah.
And so, you know, quarterbacks a little bit less familiar, colder temperatures like you were mentioning, plus good pass rush. I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring. So give me Louisville 17-7.
Be hilarious if the final score here actually rivaled a baseball score. We are playing in Fenway after all. Let's have a low scoring affair, right? Something with a funky score line to salute the Boston Red Sox. Enjoy the Wasabi Fenway Bowl and let us know who you've got winning this one.
Gracious, how about